So hello everyone and welcome to the next instalment in our reloading series. Today we're going to be covering the section of reloading that I call case prep. So if you remember from the last video, we have resized and deprimed this 308 case. The next step, or certainly for me, is to clean out the primer flash hole, because you can see it's full of gunk and horrible stuff in there. And then secondly is to chamfer the case mouth and also to trim this case. So as you remember from the last video, each time this case is fired, it's put under quite a lot of pressure, and you'll find that it will grow in all sorts of different ways. What we've done by resizing it is try to get it back down to a uniform length and size and width, but what you'll probably also find, and probably more prominent on some cases and certainly in some calibers than others, is that the length of the case will stretch to fit the size of your chamber. And so what you do need to do sometimes is trim back a little bit of this neck portion here. So what we're going to do is take this over to the press that we've got just there. We're going to clean up this prime hole, we're going to chamfer it, but also trim the case. So first step here is to clean out this primer flash hole. What I use is this, which is a Lyman case prep tool. You can see here it comes with lots of different sort of attachments that all fit into the top of this body. This body sort of closes back together like this, that you end up with one big tool, and it's hollow inside here, so all these different bits and pieces go back inside. What I've attached on this bit here is it's basically like a sort of screwdriver head. And essentially it fits inside the primer pocket here. Give it a quick twizzle, and you'll probably have seen a load of dust and horrible gunk and stuff has just come out, but as a result we've now got a much cleaner looking primer flash hole, and that is literally all it takes. So at some point this case will get cleaned, but I just find that using this this tool here gets out the sort of the worst of the baked on stuff that wouldn't come out in a normal cleaning process. And it definitely gives you a much cleaner case at the end. Right, so the next stage is to both chamfer and trim our case. I use this, which is a Lee Deluxe Quick Trim Case Trimmer. Not only does it trim the cases, but it also chamfers them on the inside and outside of the case mouth at the same time. It's very, very simple. There's a little collet here that you twist to set the length of the case that you want. There's both a kind of minimum and a maximum. I can't remember how many different steps in between. Essentially it works on the press here. So you put your case in the bottom here. It's got this caliber specific die that's basically just completely hollow. And as you run, and that case trimmer sits in the top there, and basically you run your case up into it. You can see that's risen. Push down on this and give this a turn, a few turns, and it will only take off a set amount of length from your case. That's then the case done. So you can see the top here is all shiny where it's been both trimmed but also chamfered on the inside and the outside, and basically what that gives you is not only uniform length cases that are now going to chamber easier, but also with it being chamfered on the inside and outside, you've now got smooth, uniform, consistent bearing surfaces for how this case is going to grip the bullet once we eventually get to that bit of the reloading process. So that is it. That's case prep stage done for me. And the next stage for us, which we'll cover in a separate video, is now moving on to cleaning this case. So thank you very much for joining, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one.